What up, Tali Rod? Tali Rod, Tali Rod, Tali Rod. Sizzlack. Tali Rod, Rod, Tali Rod, Sizzlack. Sizzlack.
Welcome to the Tali has to bitch about something show. For many years I kept the causes inside, but then something broke, something cloaked. The unstable components within me snapped. Their medication wasn't working for certain, so I'm sniffing crack. Welcome to the Tali has to bitch about something show. For many years I kept the causes inside, but then something broke, something cloaked. The unstable components within me snapped. Their medication wasn't working for certain, so I'm sniffing crack. If anybody needs me, shit, I'll be inside my room, soaking up the synthetic waves that light this tomb, counterbalancing what I'd like to do with what might be right to do, until my mind is sliced in two equal proportions, each complete with distortions, teaching me to believe that I need to seek an abortion of the other hemisphere. I called the chemist near to cook up some medicine just to get the signal clear. Got it? I doubt it, not unless your brain is shrouded by disarray. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 52 weeks multiplied by each and every year that you've been alive. I came back a year and a half ago, landed in a position where for a living I don't even have to flow. I love you if you listen, but listen, I don't even have to know. Self-reliance at its finest, bask in the afterglow. Welcome to the Tali has to bitch about something show. For many years I kept the causes inside, but then something broke, something cloaked. The unstable components within me snapped. Their medication wasn't working for certain, so I'm sniffing crack. Welcome to the Tali has to bitch about something show. For many years I kept the causes inside, but then something broke, something cloaked. The unstable components within me snapped. Their medication wasn't working for certain, so I'm sniffing crack.
Crack, Sizzlack. Crack, Sizzlack. Crack, Sizzlack. Banging on the boards.
It seems to me that at this point in history, the biggest impediment to experiencing life holistically would be our excessive sense of entitlement.
In the grand scheme of things, we're just very small gleams off a granule of sand floating down a small stream. In the grand scheme of things, we're just very small gleams off a granule of sand floating down a small stream. Constantly questioning, what does it all mean? When someone questions our beliefs and we get salty. Constantly questioning, what does it all mean? When people don't reciprocate and we get all peeved. Cause we're belting out facts, but the choir's off key. Big dog barking, walking, small-minded Maltese, managing followers, but the design is faulty. Got a dream team of softies, shooting all threes. In the grand scheme of things, we're just very small gleams off a granule of sand floating down this small stream. And I'm constantly questioning, what does it all mean? When I question your actions, and you get salty. Cause we're acting all devout, but the reflection's all cheese. Kneeling on bald knees, best to keep the boss pleased. Nothing unique about that beat, carbon copies. The profit's obnoxious, yet the harm is costly. So I'm constantly questioning, what does it all mean? When I question your directions and you get salty. In the grand scheme of things, you're just a very small gleam off a granule of sand floating down this small stream. Seems a lot of y'all are talking all cheap. Then I point out inconsistencies and y'all get all peeved. Then comes the passive aggression and frothing at the fingertips. Y'all are not masters of disguise, we can see the bitch. This is not a sneaky diss, more like choose your adventure. Forget the physical bruising, y'all are cruising for censure, crooning about a lack of backing and music conjecture. In 50 years your whiny ass will be boo-hooing indentures. It never crossed your mind that maybe you're not important to a person you're not involved with or blatantly supporting. Nobody owes you a thing in life, not a single dime. Humble yourself, search for truth and conviction and seek the light. None of us are always right, all of us are sometimes wrong. That's the embodiment of life. Revel in spite of, come along for the ride. If we're on the same wavelength, great. If not, you go yours, I go mine. Hey, thanks. In the grand scheme of things, we're just very small gleams off a granule of sand floating down a small stream. In the grand scheme of things, we're just very small gleams off a granule of sand floating down a small stream. Constantly questioning, what does it all mean? What does it all mean? What does it all mean? Constantly questioning, what does it all mean? What does it all mean? What does it all mean?
So, all things considered, Perhaps our world would be better served if we could keep our sense of entitlement relatively lean and modest.
And I've been up at least a couple. Washing up, brushing them choppers in the haze of a kerfuffle. Takes a minute to dislodge the consciousness from out the mess. They say the ego is the bond between the essence and the flesh. Awake and stressed, stretching for the Buddha bless. Been smoking good, I stuffed the hybrid in the wood and had a sesh. Couple edibles, coffee grounds and a French press. I must confess, I really need to learn to care less. Stay fresh, dance in the rain to face the pain. Allow the space for miracles to take place. Embrace grace and you'll never have to chase ace. And in the fables, keep your elbows off the table. Taste the Kool-Aid out the ladle, or get rocked like a cradle while you label and enable them. Gasoline on the pyre, what's the angle when you play pretend? As if it's cool to be uncertain. The grandstand may leave more than just yourselves hurting. Word. I thought about it on a Friday. I thought perhaps that it would be okay. My mind's already on a Monday. Can't dig your heels into that far away. I'm watching Cleveland play on Sunday. I thought perhaps it may go my way. My mind's already on to Monday. Can't dig your heels into that far away.
The weekend seems so
far away.
Jordan from the free throw. Gordon gunned arena exorcisms word to Elo. The only time I cried over sport was earnest. Man, fuck John Hill. Now I'm 40-something, sorely jumping at the chance to romance with the fans. Glory hunting from the stands. Advance is abhorrently reckless, but this stance makes Monday mornings feel less contentious. So let's dance according to whomever's taste makes my type reputed. Seems it's best to keep it simple, so let's hope they like the two-step. Pellucid skies belie the truth. If suits and ties are required to make loot, euthanize me up at Lakeview. Bind me to a buoy next to the old lighthouse. Thank you. Play through, scrutinize the debuts, hit utilize the take twos. When the balls hit your way, make it matter, but be cautious. It's an awfully long drop when falling off Jacob's ladder. I'm looking forward to a Friday. Maybe find a little time to play, but by the time I get to Wednesday, I'm already behind 2 days. So now I'm hoping that by Sunday night I'll catch a couple of scores, yeah right. Too busy working on somebody's hit to have time to work on my own craft. Ain't that some funny shit? Far away, far away. Ever since I can remember, I knew I was gonna die. I never really knew how and never really wondered why. Spent half the average American's lifespan evading those basic facts. I guess the only way to make it make a little sense is to trace it back. My Uncle Johnny died when he was 24. I was 2. By the time I hit middle school, I already knew 25 was the goal to reach. Beyond that was peachy. The melanoma that he had was rare and likely wouldn't reach me. That didn't stop Mom from making me see the dermatologist. The routine threat metastasizing deep within my consciousness. Every year's visit reminded me that my days here were short, and every age spot on my skin predicates a new day in court. By the age of 18, I knew my heart was probably broken. My dad was 51, laying in ICU, ribcage sawed open. Failure on a monumental level, disheveled, medically comatose. Workers performed their miracles. 3 bypass valves later, he woke. The doctor said they bought him 10 years with the procedure. 24 years later, he's still here and appearing no weaker. And here I am in the ER, another false alarm deceitful. Cause now I think I've got predators on both sides of the gene pool. A few months back, I finally met the cardiologist. Poked, prodded, and monitored. Results largely positive, yet I can't quite shake the image of my ultrasound ticker pumping, knowing the clock's ticking down, lest they figure out something. At the age of 21, I saw what no one should ever see. The blood of my grandfather spread across every seat. Every couch, every floor, every wall, nothing was spared to drop. The front door kicked off of the hinges, in case anyone cared to watch. Home invasion took his life and barely spared hers. To the day my grandma died, she nary shared words. Just held it all together nearly 20 years and thrived, putting fears aside. And here I am years later, still scared of life. Quite aware that I am destined to meet the reaper. Either way, naturally, passively, actively, this is the fee to play, the cost to ride. Create a legacy and then get tossed aside. So why is it that so many of us are constantly preoccupied with something that we can only try to put off temporarily? And oftentimes we don't even do that with true sincerity. I'm not sure what your reasons are, and I'm just coming to know mine. Might as well use that nervous energy to create till it's go time. Shit. Might as well use that nervous energy to create till it's go time. Might as well use that nervous energy for something. Fuck. Ever since I can remember, I knew I was gonna die. Never really knew how, never really wondered why. You know, spent all my life trying to evade the basic facts and shit. Yeah. The only way it made sense is to trace it back and shit. Fucking back shit.
Fuck this producer. Yo, analog born to digital, chopped and screwed. Phantomized chords and digitous, but caught the noose. Catalog worn and limited to block the truth. Channel the source and clip the threads. We got to move if we're hoping for a hot review. Indecision swept through hair. The strands they dance. These ones a chance on just for gamblers. They also prey on circumstance. Curtain stamping the pitch to suit the shadows. The aversion to the lights just a byproduct that's now so time sensitive. Now close, shuttle back to the alcove. We must enhance it. Revisions multiply to nausea. These 30-second chances only occupy the fauna. Give me flora, give me fire, give me leaf and let me wander. Glorified desire, just a spoken broken hub. Spoken broken English fluently, broken from spoken love that was lost to the translation and dub.
Somebody asked me, man. You better be careful what you wish for. I'll take the fire, minus a 4 on the lake that might have been swarming. I made it arrive out of the tides alive, and eyes of endorphins, tired of engorging myself in the gorgeous porcelain bells. A biker's market, yet a force in a cell, fortune warfare as hell. Never dorm, I swell, enormous deform, rage my ornament. The hustle grinding down of powder, sure to be taking it toward us in and creeping my swordsmanship. All over the orphanage, somewhere that the corpse is corpulent in a Georgia crypt. According to the keeper of the crypt, I possess the speakers with this gift. The reaper in the misbeliever leads to believe is the abyss. The creature shifting under the black and stillness, a better predator back to kill with active illness, toxic soup, my acid spillage. Fascinated by the way the runners never quite escape. The few who ever do, they lie awake inside a crying state. I am the shake, the foreshadows, a convulsive shock, skulls to knock the needlework, chapping deeply all of your repulsive flocks.
I believe the dude with all the hair makes everything better, you know.
Yeah. Any and all considerations sprouting out from beyond a confederation of knuckle draggers can casually suck a bag of bitter raisins with arrangements. Whoever takes us up on that offer should pause and get acquainted with a cause loftier than flagrantly jocking the entertainment. Spots get dangerous when the squad occupies and immunocompromises stages, properly monetizes and monopolizes stasis, embracing qualified minds and commodified spaces. The bottom line's basic. Taj Mahal of the basement, we're what the gods relate with. No amount of intestinal fortitude can thwart this groove. No amount of shade or smoke can ever form to distort this view. No amount of hatred stoked by basic folks can deform this crew. No amount of mercy will be afforded to the fool who forces through. No prisoners of war, no more nice guys with turned cheeks. Just a terrifying threesome, freaks with the word speak. Eat beats with unique ease, sleeker than bird beaks. Searching for a lesson, brethren, seeking I'll sure teach. When I was a youngin', instead of standing forward, I stood back, trying to make it through the nights without getting my rook snatched. Decent at most objectives and not all that much that I was good at. But I always had an inkling that music was something that I could craft. Tried drums, quit when the teacher only had 2 sticks and a snare. Tried piano but had no patience for notation and sitting in chairs. Tried guitar and modestly made progress playing by ear. Got a bass and started strong, but distractions faithfully steered me off the beat. I was taught to stick to a singular apparatus, repeat the patterns, practice fiendishly till the fingering's automatic. The more I sought to complete the habit, the less I believed in all of the magic. Thinking how could something so freeing seem exceedingly autocratic? Maybe I had it all wrong with this elusive music passion using. I couldn't take a singular avenue, I was always bad at choosing. Maybe I gave up on rock too soon and succumbed to the fear that I'd never be good enough, though the path was right in front of my ears.
With enough heart to start, putting in work, man. From fake friends, lies. 17 in the life, I stop my shine. We were certified high, now we back up in the spot.
Typical narrative, friends and I in the back of the class, scripting embarrassing raps in a derelict pad, wishing that one of us might reach the pinnacle. If one of us did, we drag the others along for the odyssey. But commonly, the greatest of plans in our use get lost in topography, the ups and downs of life. No apologies ever given or needed, but I still had the rhythm beating within me, and my wish was defeated. I had to track down a new legion, managed to meet a couple of true cretins from a few regions and resume eating. I started making beats and mixing as a way to keep the dream fresh. Didn't want to get bored with one thing and regress, or leave reason for regrets. The day they unveiled the logo, I knew I had to be figured in. The day they asked me to join, I said hell yeah with a shit-eating grin. The day I saw the site and the merch, I knew at last it was happening. When projects started getting ignored or pushed back, it was saddening. One by one, I saw the dreams of good friends succumb to whatever politics I didn't need to know, didn't want to know. Took a deep breath and I called it quits.
With enough heart to start, putting in work, man. From fake friends, lies. 17 in the life, I stop my shine. We were certified high, now we back up in the spot.
Now I'm a grown-up, mouths to feed, house to keep, wife and dogs, graduated, PhD, living soundly with a full-time job. That was the end of 19. By March of 20, society locked down, and I found myself with time I didn't have before, but I've got now. One night I stumbled upon old friends playing some shit, and started wondering whether or not I still had any more faith to commit. Patiently dipped my toes back into this oversaturated sardine tin, distinguishing where I fit in like every other artist you've never heard of before disease hit. Got offered a spot in Knuckle Draggers, touching wood, I said okay, but the day this ceases being fun, then I'm done for good. 40-something projects later, still shredding and wrecking the mic, leaving markings on your fine furniture with no projected ending in sight. It's quite befitting that I would finally find success when I stopped looking. It's like I had to give the ingredients time to combine, get the pot cooking, had to trust my ears, spot the tiniest crack in the wall and smash through. Y'all can have that shit they pack in the stores, cause this shit is craft brew.